Good afternoon to everyone. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to retrieve and filter out a data using the SQL clauses in a single query. The SQL clauses that we will use are select, from, where, order by, and group by. First, we will use the select and from clause in a single statement. But before that, I will just show the records that I already inputted into my records. So these are the records, at least these are the 10 records. So let's go back, then go to the query database. So we'll use the select and from clause. So select from, select and from. So the use of the select is that it will select data from a database. So you may use the asterisk symbol to select all the columns, all the columns from while the from which is referring to which table you want to retrieve a data. So from table TBL student. So from table student. So let's try to run this query. So as you can see, it retrieves all the records into my table student. So now, what if we only want to retrieve a specified column into that table of student? So instead of using the asterisk, replace it by the specified column. So for example, last name and then their age. So last name, comma, and then their age. Sorry. Then from TBL student. So let's try to run this query. So as you can see, it only retrieves the selected data from the table of student. So now, which is the last name and the age only. So now let's try to add the where clause. The where clause is a condition which identifies the tuples to be retrieved by the query. For example, we only want to retrieve uh, those whose age and the last name and then the age whose person is older than 19. So to do that, I use the where clause and then the condition where age is, since we're searching for those person who's older than 19, we will use the greater than sign, then 19. So let's try to run this query. So as you can see, it displays the last name and the age whose persons are older than 19. So let's just um, um, click the OK button now. Now let's try to sort it out using the order by clause. So in order ascending or descending. So ascending means sorting it from the lowest value to the highest value, while descending is from highest to lowest value. So for example, in numerical, from 1 to the highest number, and then if in alphabetical, from A to Z. So let's try to do that. So order by last name ascending. So this time we will arrange their last name alphabetically. So let's try to run this query. So as you can see, it is arranged alphabetically from C down to T, which is Tejada. So that's all. Now let's try when it comes to age. So instead of last name, let's go to numerical. Instead of last name, we will sort them based on their age from youngest to oldest, who's um, older than 19, of course. So let's try to run this query. So as you can see, Dimagiba Kapinpin Jose is the youngest, while Tejada is the oldest. Okay, just click OK. Then now let's try to sort it out using the let's try to use the group by, I should say. The group by should be placed between the where conditioned and order by clause. This group by clause will group those person who have the same last name, I should say. Now let's try. We will just remove the age. So instead, then we will add the count. So it will count, then asterisk. This function will count all the record if how many person has the same last name based on the criteria of the where clause. So let's finish this as record. So, the record here stands as a field name or a column name for the result later. So as record from TBL student where, and then the condition age is older than 19. Then let's insert the group by. So like what I said, like what I've said a while ago, the group by will this group by will group those person who have the same last name. So group by last name, order by age, so let's try change it into last name ascending. Ascending means from lowest to highest. So let's try. So as you can see, there is two person whose age is older than 19, which is Kapinpin. Then Tejada is also there is two also person whose last name is Tejada, have two records, while De La Cruz, Dimagiba, and Jose has only one record. Then just click OK. So that's all, and thank you.